What are the three different types of array? That is nothing but the indexed array, associative array, multi-dimensional array. Suppose if I want to access the value 20, how can I access? Through the numeric index. What's my numeric index here? That's nothing but the 1. In indexed array, how we are going to store and access the element? That is through the sequential integer key. Hello to all, a warm welcome to my new session on programming with PHP. I'm your Revathi ma'am, faculty from the Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. So dear student, in my last class, I started with conditional statement as well as looping statement. So why I required conditional statement? In order to control the flow of the execution of the program. Okay, fine. What are the different types of conditional statement we have learned? That is nothing but the if statement, if else statement, if else if statement. Along with that, okay, we also discussed looping statements. Under that, we already learned while loop, do while loop and for loop. So these are the topic we have learned in my last session. But in my today's session, I'm going to deal with arrays as well as type of arrays. So what is array and why I want to use array? So what is array? Array is nothing but the collection of homogeneous element. So when I want to hold only one value, then I'll go with the variable. Okay, collection in the sense what? More than 2 elements. Then I'm going to have array. So array is nothing but an ordered map. It's a collection of homogeneous element, or it's nothing but the ordered map that contains value based on the key. So what is key? Here key represents the index. Okay, key represents the index. Value is nothing but the value. It is used to hold multiple value. For example, think that I have 10, I have 20, I have 30. So how many values I have? Total 3. Now what I'm doing here? In one single variable, say it is A, okay, I'm holding all 3 values. When I have just a variable, I can have only one value at a time. When I define it as a array, array is what? Collection of element. Then, okay, I can have, okay, multiple values. So I can able to store multiple same kind of values. Similar in the sense what? Same type of value. And if I consider PHP, in PHP we have 3 different types of array. What are the 3 different types of array? That is nothing but the indexed array, associative array, multi-dimensional array. So how many type of array? There are 3 type of array supported by the PHP. Anyway, dear student, let's discuss these types of arrays one by one. So at the beginning, I'm going to have indexed array. So dear student, we all are familiar with array because we already learned these topics in our subjects like C program, C++, Java, .NET or in Python. So what is indexed array? It is nothing but your single dimensional array. Single dimensional array. So what is single dimensional array? It's a collection of element. Okay, and each element is identified by the index. Okay, that is itself here called by the name indexed array. So, indexed array is one of the most common data structure used in PHP to store collection of element. They are used to store a collection of value. And each value is associated with numeric index. I repeat, each value can be accessed through the numeric index. And when I store the value, I'm going to store the value respect to the numeric index. For example, if I have the array, okay, 3. What is the size of the array? It is 3. And what is the index? That is A. So first index always starts from 0. Then it is 1. Then it is 2. Okay, fine. Now see here. I have the value 10, I have the value 20, and I have the value 30. Suppose if I want to access the value 20, how can I access? Through the numeric index. What's my numeric index here? That's nothing but the 1. So, in an indexed array, each value is assigned to a Unix index. So, if I consider my index starts from 0 to 2. So, each index is unique here and it starts from 0. So, the first element where I am going to place at the 0th index, okay, and the last one is nothing but the n minus 1. So, what's my index value for the last element? That's nothing but the n minus 1. So, indexed arrays can be created using 2 ways, that is using array function and using square bracket. In the sense what? In PHP, we can able to create an array in 2 ways. Which are the 2 ways? One is by calling array function, another one by using square bracket. Anyway, okay, let's discuss how we can able to create indexed array. So, indexed array can be created in how many ways? 2 ways. What is my first way? That is by using or by calling array function. And another one is by using square bracket. So, dear student, it is left to you. Either you can use array function or you can use square bracket. Okay, fine. Now, let's discuss the syntax here. So, it is nothing but my array name. And I'm not going to specify the size of the array. Okay, I'm calling the function called array. Okay, and I'm going to pass the value. So, value 1, value 2, value 3 up to value n. Now, see here, this is the example. This is my example. So, what's my array name? My array name is my array. What is the name of the array? My array. And I'm calling the function array. Okay, at the same time, I'm going to store how many values? 4 values. And what kind of array here? It is string array. Okay, it is nothing but the string array. So, I have apple, banana, orange and grapes. How many elements? 4 elements. And what's the size of the array here? It's nothing but the 4. Okay, fine. Now, okay, let me to discuss another way, okay, to create a array. But that is by using square bracket. Okay, by using square bracket, I can able to create the array. Now, okay, let's discuss the syntax here. First, I must have the array name. Okay, and I'm going to start with the square bracket. I'm going to have the value 1, value 2, value 3 and value n. Now, let me to discuss the example here. So, what is my array name? That's nothing but the my array itself, my array name. Okay, fine. Now, how many elements I have? I have 4 different array element. Okay, if I consider my array of 0th position, what I'm placing? I'm placing apple. Okay, I'm storing apple. It's going to continue. Now, I have my array of 3. And what I'm storing? I'm storing grapes. So, what is the size of the array? It is 4. So, 0th location, I have apple. First location, banana. Second location, orange. And the third location, it is grapes. So, here array index starts from 0 and it's going to continue until n minus 1. So, what is the n value? N is nothing but the 4. So, 4 minus 1, it is nothing but the 3. So, what is my last array index? That's nothing but the 3. Okay, fine. Now, see here, I have the simple program how to create indexed array. Over. See here. How I'm going to write the PHP. Inside the HTML, okay, code, I'm going to embed the PHP code. So I'll start with PHP. Okay, what's my array name? Fruits is nothing but the array name. Okay, and I'm going to call the function called array. Okay, and I'm passing the value apple. In the sense what? I'm storing the value apple, banana, orange, and grapes. Okay, now I'm going to display the value. So it is echo I like. So what is dot? See here, I have the message that is within the double quote. So I like. What's my output? I want to get I like. Okay, and I want to display the fruit name which is present at the location 0, index 0. So what fruit that is present at the location 0, that is nothing but the apple. So I want the message, along with that I want to display the value. So I'm using dot. So dot in the sense what? Append. So what is the meaning of dot? That's nothing but the append. Along with the message, okay, print the value. So I like apple, and okay, I have the, what is there in my fruits? Fruits of 1, that is nothing but the banana. So it's 0th index, 1st index, 2nd index, and 3rd index. What is there in my 1st index? That's nothing but the banana. So my output is I like apple and banana. Now I have another type of array, that's nothing but the associative array. So what is associative array? As the name itself indicates that, okay, I'm going to have the key. For that key, I'm going to have the value. So what kind of key? In my indexed array, I have the index. Index itself the key, but I'm considering numeric index. But here, I'm going to have the named index. What's the difference? In indexed array, I have the index. What kind of index? Numeric. But still in associative array, I have the index. Okay, but what kind of index? That's nothing but the names. Okay, that's nothing but the character, or it is nothing but the string index. So, an associative array is a type of array in PHP that uses named key. Okay, so what is named key? That's nothing but the string. Named key instead of numeric key. So here, A of 0. In where? In my indexed array. In my indexed array. Suppose if I consider associative array, A array. Okay, A array. So this is itself called named key. Here it is numeric value, but here it is string. Okay, so it is named key instead of numeric key to access and store the value. So if I have apple, so what is my key? Array is nothing but the key. And what about apple? Apple is nothing but the value. So it is key pair value. So what it is? It's nothing but the key pair value. Unlike indexed array, where values are stored and accessed using sequential integer keys. In indexed array, how we are going to store and access the element? That is through the sequential integer key. But if I consider associative array, okay, how? We use string. So what we use? Named key is nothing but the string keys. Okay, by using string key, we are going to store and we are going to access the value. An associative array in PHP is a type of array that uses name key or string key instead of numbers or numeric key. Okay, fine. Now, we can able to create associative arrays in two ways. Which are the two ways? By using array function, and another method is by using square bracket. Okay, fine. If I consider using array function, so we can able to create associative array using array function. So this function takes key value pair. I have the string key, at the same time I have the value. So together it is termed as key value pairs. Okay, and that can be separated by commas. So dear student, okay, what is array? It's a collection of element, right? So when I want to store more than 2 or 3 element, and each element is segregated by the comma, and each key value pair is written as equal, okay, equal sign and right angular bracket, okay, and so it is my key. So what kind of key? String key or named key, and I'm going to have the value. So where the key is a string key and value associated with the key. Anyway, let's see the example here. Over. So what is my array name? Array name is student. Okay, and how I'm creating the array? That is using array function. So what is my function name? Array. Okay, I have the string. So I have this string key name, and I'm going to assign the value Hanya. Now if I consider age, age is nothing but the key, and I'm assigning the value 6. And how I'm going to segregate here? That is through the comma. Okay, this is my first element, this is my second element. Okay, I have this standard. So it is first standard. How I'm going to assign, how I'm going to store? That is the symbol. So that is equal right angular bracket. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to close the array. So I have created the array. How many elements I have? 3 elements. What are the 3? Named key, that is name, age and standard. Now what I want to do? I want to display the key at the same time value. So I'll take the variable called key. Okay, then see here, array key. Okay, I'm passing the student. So which are the keys I have? Name, age, student. Okay, now if I consider value, I have Hanya, okay, age 6 and first standard. So value, I'm going to call a function called array value, okay, and I'm passing the array variable student. Now, dear student, how many elements I have? 3 elements. So I want to display these 3 elements one by one. So I'm going to use while loop. Okay, fine. Initially, I'll take a variable called I, and I'm going to assign the value 0. Now, 0 less than count of student. So, count function returns the number of records present in an array. So, how many records? 3 records. It is 3. Okay, then what I'll do? I'm going to print. Echo is a method, okay, used to print the value or used to display the message on the monitor or display screen. Echo, okay, I want to get the output. What is my key? Of 0. In 0th position, what I have? Name. Okay, then colon. Okay, I want to display the value. What is the value? Hanya. Next time, what I want to do? I want to print the output in the next line. Okay, so I'll use BR. It's a tag. Now, I++, in the sense what? I want to get next record. So what I will do? I'll increment I by 1. Now, what is I? I is 1. 1 less than 3, it is true. So I'm going to print the age along with the value 6. Okay, fine. Now I'll increment I by 1. Now I is 2. Okay, 2 less than 3, the condition is true. So I'm printing standard And what's the value? First standard. Okay, fine. Now, okay, I'm going to increment I by 1. Now I is 3, 3 less than 3. The condition is false. So, the control moves to the next line. Okay, that is the line that comes after the while block. And if I see the output, okay, I have name Hania, age 6 and standard first standard. Now, if I consider another way of creating associative array, that is through this square bracket. How I create, that is through this square bracket. So, see here student is nothing but the array name. Okay, and name is nothing but the name key or string key, and I'm assigning the value Daivik. Now, another value, that is age, and age is 5. Next, if I consider class, it is LKG. So, this is the way also I can able to create associative array. Okay, fine. Now, if I consider PHP, we have another type of array, which is another type of array that is nothing but the multi-dimensional array. So, it is nothing but the 2-dimensional array or 3-dimensional array. If I consider other programming language like C, Java or .NET, we have the 2-dimensional array. So, the 2-dimensional array or 3-dimensional array itself called as multi-dimensional array in PHP. So, multi-dimensional array is also known as array of array. See, if the elements are represented in the form of tables, that is 2 cross 2 table or 3 cross 3 table, there's nothing but the matrix representation. Those kind of representations are called as multi-dimensional array. And multi-dimensional array can be represented in the form of matrix. That is nothing but the rows and columns. When I say it is matrix, what you have to remember, the elements are represented in the form of rows and columns. When I say rows and columns, how many looping variable I require? 2. 1 to indicate row and 1 for to indicate it is column. So, multi-dimensional array in PHP can be either 2-dimensional, that's nothing but the 2D or 3D or 4D and so on. Okay, fine. Now, discuss how we can able to create 2-dimensional array in PHP. So, okay, this is my PHP script. Employee details, okay, and I'm going to call the array function. Okay, now see here, employee details. Okay, I'm going to call the array function and I'm passing the value, that is Zina Vijayanagar teacher. Okay, fine. Now, if I consider next element, okay, so employee details array Ravikumar, Jayalakshmipuram and lecturer. So, how you get the output? Okay, so the output you can expect here is how many columns? 1, 2 and 3. 3 column. Okay, how many row? First row, it is second row. 3 into 2, 3 cross 2 matrix. If any arrays are represented in the form of matrix, then it falls under multi-dimensional array. Okay, fine. Now, let's discuss the example program here. Okay, fine. So, what's my array name? That is employee. Okay, and I'm creating the array by using array function. Okay. And see here, how many element I have? It is 3 cross 3 matrix. Just remember, it is 3 cross 3 matrix. Okay, so I have the roll number, employee name and salary. So, it is my first array. And if I consider second array, once again, employee ID, okay, employee name and salary. And if I consider third array, same thing, employee ID, employee name and employee salary. So it is 3 column, 3 rows. So it is 3 cross 3. So it is your row and it is your column. Okay. So if I write the index 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. Now I'm going to increment the row index 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. Next 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2. So each time what I want to increment, okay, see, first I'm going to start with row, then I'm going to increment column. So my outer for loop always row value and my inner for loop always my column. So I'll start from row, and inside the first for loop I have the second for loop, and this kind of writing for loop is called by the name nested for loop. So I have the how many rows? 3 rows and I have 4 columns. Okay. So, and I'm going to print the value. Okay. When I execute this script, I'll get the output. See, this is my output. Okay. I have the index. Okay. So, 1, 2 and 3. So, that is Asha, Geeta and Neha along with their salary. So this is the way I can able to create multi-dimensional array in PHP. Anyway, dear student, in my today's session, I started with what is array, how we can able to create array in PHP. Along with that, the 3 different types of arrays supported by the PHP. That is nothing but the indexed array, associative array and multi-dimensional array. Dear student, thank you for watching my session, and let's meet in the next session with more information about PHP. Until that, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.